Hello, friends, and welcome to the first episode of Money Talks with Rooster McGill. Today's episode is going to deal with how to build wealth. Now, if you're like me in your 50s or 60s, your parents probably told you to put money away in a savings account. Your financial education probably consisted of balancing the checkbook. Well, I'm here to tell you now, savings accounts, CDs, bonds will not build wealth. These are rainy day funds that normally generate 4 to 5% yields on average, if you're lucky. There are only two ways to really build wealth: stock market investing and real estate. Um, Schools never taught us the basics of investing in the stock market. High schools taught math. If you went to college after high school, you may have taken a few classes in the basics of economics and finance. But investment education was left up to you. Luckily for us, there is a wealth of information available now to educate yourself in the how-tos of investing in the stock market. It is imperative that you educate yourself with investing in order to build wealth. Today we're going to focus on investing in the stock market. Real estate investing will be another topic for another day. Now, there are two types of investing: active investing and passive investing. Active investing includes managing your investments yourself as opposed to having someone else do it for you. Passive investing would include things like employer sponsored 401k accounts where you just sign up for a group baskets of a certain stock or whatever, and the company manages your account. But now you say, Rooster, how do I start investing in the stock market? Simple. One, you need to educate yourself by watching YouTube videos or financial shows like CNBC. That's a good start. You need to open an account with a brokerage company like Schwab, and then download a trading platform like Thinkorswim. Now, there are other brokerages and trading platforms out there you can use. I just mentioned those two because that's what I use. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a financial consultant. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube trying to help you make some money. Now, once you get your brokerage account set up and you've downloaded your trading platform, you'll want to start practicing. And I think most of them will have this. I know Thinkorswim does. They allow you to use paper money, monopoly money, to practice with. Yeah, I think they give you $100,000 in paper money to do as you please. To practice, whatever you want to practice on. That's what you need to do first. Just practice doing that, especially if you're going to go into more complicated stuff like buying options and that sort of thing. Um, Before you start investing in the stock market, though, it is imperative you have an emergency fund and a high yield savings account, typically 3 to 6 months of a salary. Now, I'm not talking about the regular savings account. Regular savings accounts probably give you what, maybe 1-2% interest. The high yield accounts will try to give you something close to 5% interest. So that's what you want to look for. Then, after you've got that all set up, then you'll want to start buying some index funds or ETFs that mimic the stock market, like the S&Ps or the NASDAQ or the Dow. One that I use is a Schwab ETF that generates a dividend. And the ticker symbol is SCHD. It mimics the S&P, and it generates a quarterly dividend for you, roughly in the range of 2 to 3%, something like that. You also want to consider purchasing good companies that pay good dividends. Uh, things like PennyMac, Morgan Stanley, AT&T, Kohl's. I have all of these in my portfolio. This could be your basic package of stocks that you keep that will generate dividends every quarter. And there are some real estate ETFs that you could buy that will generate a monthly dividend. Okay, let's start with a view of the Thinkorswim platform that I use, and we will show you a couple of stocks that are in my portfolio that present a good dividend yield, and we'll look at a chart on a couple of these for you. I'd already mentioned a couple of them to you. You've got Morgan Stanley, MS right here. I mentioned AT&T. That's that ticker symbol right there. PennyMac, PMT. They pay a real good dividend. What else did I mention earlier? Any of these right here, Verizon. These pay good dividends, and they're good companies to own too. So let's just go and look at the chart on this right here is Kohl's, and you can see this is a goes back like 6 months, and down at the bottom you can see here they pay a dividend of like 50 cents back in June. They've declared a 50-cent one in September. So 50 cents, and the stock is trading at like 18.31. So that's an excellent dividend for an inexpensive stock. You notice on this chart right here, this yellow line is a 200-day moving average. It right now is trading below that. You can see some other indicators down here that like the RSI is approaching the bottom parameter right here. Once it hits that, I anticipate it going back up. But these are just a couple of the charts and indicators that we'll go over as we get deeper into trading stocks and options and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to show that to you so we could get an idea of what your trading platform might look like. So to recap today's episode, we talked about in general terms how to build wealth. And in coming episodes, we're going to go into a lot more detail and depth about how to accomplish that. We're going to talk about Personal Finance 101. We're going to talk about financial independence. We're going to talk about early retirement. We're going to talk about setting up budgets. We're going to explore the Thinkorswim trading platform a little bit more. We're going to talk about buying and selling options and give you trading suggestions and stock picks and that sort of thing. And know this: anything I suggest to you, you can be sure that I am also going to do that same trade or buy that same stock myself. I'm not going to suggest anything to you that I would not do. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the channel. I hope to see you back here soon. Actually, next week. We'll have a new episode next week. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it'll be interesting. So, successful trading, and we'll see you soon.